With regard to technical skills, it's time to put a budget aside and to get some help. There are more than enough outsourcing resources. Now, don't imagine for a moment that you're going to be able to dial up an outsourcer and get them to do exactly what you want first time. There are skills around outsourcing and learning how to get outsourcers to do the right stuff for you. Nevertheless, it's the only way to go if you try and use all of your time to develop technical skills in all the areas. You're going to be going forever. Now you might say, but I don't have the money. Well, you need to decide what budget you want to put into this project. If this is a $0 project, you're going to struggle a bit, or it's going to take a long time. If you've decided that this is a $100 project, think about that for a moment. $100, that's 20 projects that you can outsource to Fiverr, and if you get the right contractors through Fiverr, that's a lot of work that you can get done. I have to know it all. Look, you don't. We've talked about that. Allow yourself to make some mistakes. Realize that there's an enormous amount of opportunity and many things that you can be doing with Web TV. Decide on what your little niche, your little project is, and your little piece of technology for the next couple of months, and focus on that. Lack of follow through. Give yourself some baby goals this month and do them. Give yourself some baby goals today and do them. Decide how you're going to produce your content. Let's face it, Web TV show equals content. Let's say by the end of the month you're going to produce 10 pieces of content, and then the month after you're going to do 15 pieces of content. Then all you need to do is piece those together and feed traffic into them. If you continue that process, before you know it, you're going to be quite a phenomenon. Make a decision. I'm going to stick with this Web TV show for the next 2 months solidly. I'm going to focus on it. I'm going to use the spare time that I've allocated, or all of my time, to this Web TV show, and I'm not going to give up. I was talking to someone yesterday who said that their mentor failed 12 times and eventually said, that's it, I am going to grasp a project and I'm going to stick with this project, and I'm not going to let this project go until I make $1 million. Well, this guy's got many hundreds of millions of dollars now, but he said that was the breakthrough. That was the breakthrough moment for him, having that first experience where he grasped that project and did everything that he needed to do to make it a success, until he finally felt what success was like, and he knew the sort of persistence and the appropriate focus that produced that success for him. Testing with your Web TV program. Look for any plugins or any technology that you use. Make sure it gives you at least the simple A/B testing, sometimes called A/B split testing. In other words, when you build a landing page, build two. If you advertise somewhere, have 2 versions of it. And if in fact you are doing advertising, even if it's free stuff, the first thing that you change always is the heading. So have 2 versions of the heading. Don't change the heading and the copy. Tweak your headings, optimize your headings first, and only after you're happy that you have the best heading, then fiddle with the copy and test that. But have, as I said, go for any plugins or any piece of software that you can get your hands on that will allow you to do that. Always look for WordPress plugins with this testing functionality. Don't get lost in the really technical stuff though, otherwise that will demoralize you. Just simple A/B testing, because if you always put out 2 versions of something and you go with the best one, and then you do 2 versions again and go with the best one, incrementally you'll get to a point where you are moving forward constantly. Shiny object syndrome, as I said before, yes, you will need to spend some money, but decide what your project is, what returns you will want from any shiny objects before you see them, not after you see them. So do that now. Say, okay, I need the following tools. If they exist, if I can come across them, this is my budget, and this is what they have to do, rather than reading through reams of copy and getting excited by it and letting that help you decide whether you've come across an appropriate tool or object. With regard to reinventing the wheel, borrow, copy, beg, buy, whatever it takes. Network, basically. It's been done, it's out there. So separate your interest and your tinkering tendencies. And so there's a difference between the tinkering interests and the project interests. They're separate things. Make sure you know where the division is. I can't stress enough the need to put your daily goals together for this Web TV show. Even if you're struggling to know what a monthly goal or the year's goal will look like, decide what the daily goals look like, and they'll be small, but that's okay, because that will get you there. And lastly, what if you were to open up a shop front called your Web TV show? What would it look like? How would this differ as a business versus a hobby? Now, you may not want this as a business, but if you think about it as one, you're more likely to achieve success. And remember, with the internet, you could literally tinker for several lifetimes. This is a very consuming medium with an enormous amount of very interesting information on there, but nevertheless, we don't have several lifetimes to tinker. So look, I hope that's been helpful for you. This slide of information is so critical, and is the thing that makes the difference between people who are successful and people who are not, or people who sit around with the best intentions, very smart, very skilled people who sit around for months and months or years and become very frustrated and don't go anywhere. There is a big difference between being smart, having technical skills, understanding the internet, being able to build websites, all of that, and having commercial success. So I wish you all the very best, and as I say, I hope that this has helped you with some of your focus and helped you to at least will help you to move forward with a little bit more energy and enthusiasm, and in fact success and output. So congratulations for watching this, and I look forward to working with you further.